What's up, truth seekers at Audiomentores? Welcome to an installment that, I warn you with total sincerity, could radically change the way you listen to any conversation, debate, or speech from this very moment. If in the previous episode Schopenhauer taught us to cultivate that citadel of inner peace and to value what we are above what we have, today he gives us the necessary weapons for outer warfare. But make no mistake, we are not talking about a war of swords or physical force, but a much more subtle and constant battle. The war of words and the intellect. We're going to delve into the art of being right, a fascinating and raw treatise where a philosopher dissects what he calls heuristic dialectic. In this space today, we are not going to talk about how to find the absolute truth in an idealistic philosophical debate. We are going to talk about something much more human, stark, and real, how to win an argument, even when you know perfectly well that you are not right. You might wonder why we consider this part of your personal self-improvement at Audiomentores. The answer is simple. In a world saturated with manipulation, propaganda, and speeches designed to deceive you, the best way to avoid being a victim is by knowing exactly how the deception is manufactured from its foundations. Get ready, because today we're going to learn how to shield your own arguments and, above all, how to detect the traps that others try to set for you every day. Schopenhauer begins his analysis with cynical but deeply realistic observation about our species. By nature, the human being is stubborn and, above all, vain. When we enter an argument, our first instinctive reaction is not to seek the truth or consensus, but to defend our own assertion tooth and nail, simply because it is ours and our identity is tied to it. We would 1,000 times prefer that the truth suffers and is twisted rather than allow our precious vanity to be wounded in front of others. Heuristic dialectic is, therefore, the art of intellectual fencing to emerge victorious in disputes, using any necessary resource to maintain our position. The philosopher offers us 38 specific stratagems in his work, but beyond a pure technique, what he is really teaching us is to observe the very structure of others' thoughts. The real improvement we seek here consists of developing a mental sharpness so keen that it allows you to dissect any speech in real time, separating emotional noise from true logical substance. One of the deepest and most useful lessons of this work is understanding that in any debate, no matter how complex it seems, there are always two main paths of attack. The argument directed at the thing, that is, at the objective and absolute truth, and the argument directed at the man, which focuses on what the opponent has said or accepted previously, regardless of whether it is true or not. Schopenhauer opens our eyes by teaching us that the vast majority of discussions we witness are not philosophical searches for truth, but pitched battles of perception and ego. If you truly want to improve yourself intellectually, the first step is learning to identify with surgical precision when someone is attacking your person instead of your ideas. This is what we know as the ad hominem attack. By knowing this trap and seeing how it develops, you stop being a puppet of your own emotions. You stop getting angry or feeling hurt when they insult you, and instead, you start smiling to yourself because you realize that your opponent, by resorting to personal attack, has just implicitly confessed that they have run out of valid arguments. That is the true mastery we preach at Audiomentores, absolute and cold control over your reactions to external provocation. It is the ability to remain like an immovable rock in the middle of the storm of others' screams and fallacies. Another fundamental stratagem that Schopenhauer analyzes with mastery is the extension of a thesis. This trick consists of taking the opponent's argument and pushing it far beyond its natural limits, generalizing it in such an exaggerated and absurd way that it ends up looking ridiculous to any spectator. If you learn to detect this movement on the intellectual board, you automatically learn to protect your own ideas, delimiting them with absolute precision so they cannot be stretched or deformed. Personal improvement in speech translates into the precision of language. A mentor knows that language is a high-fidelity tool. The more exact, short, and direct your words are, the fewer open flanks you leave for the enemy to attack or misinterpret your position. Schopenhauer also warns us about the deceitful use of authority instead of logical reasons. At Audiomentores, we always remind you of the importance of questioning everything, and this philosopher proves us historically right. Most people prefer to believe blindly in external authorities rather than trust their own critical judgment. Using quotes from experts, even if they have nothing to do with the topic at hand, is one of the oldest and most effective tricks to silence an adversary who doubts themselves. Learning to identify this fallacy frees you from intellectual shyness. You stop feeling small or inferior just because someone cited a famous author or a prestigious institution, and you begin to analyze with coldness whether what is being said has logic and meaning in itself, regardless of who signs it. But how do we really apply this art of war to our daily lives and our personal growth process? Schopenhauer gives us advice that, for many, is pure gold and the basis of true mental sophistication. The rule of not arguing with just anyone. This is, perhaps, the highest form of wisdom in human communication that we can practice. You should only allow yourself to debate with people who have a sufficient level of intelligence and common sense as to not say absurdities, people who value the search for truth over their ego and who, fundamentally, know how to listen to reason. Most of the time, the most overwhelming victory in a discussion consists, simply, of having the discipline not to enter it. Real self-improvement is understanding once and for all that your energy is a finite and precious resource, and that you do not have a moral obligation to go through the world correcting the ignorance or arrogance of everyone you cross paths with. The philosopher is very clear about this. By arguing with a fool, all you will achieve is that they cling more strongly to their error, while you end up mentally exhausted. Therefore, learning to pick your battles with precision is the unmistakable sign of a superior mind. Schopenhauer also delves into the analysis of the power of emotional provocation as a combat tactic. He explains that if you manage to make your opponent lose their temper and get angry, their capacity for judgment will be immediately clouded, and they will be unable to see the weaknesses in their own arguments or the strengths in yours. This is where we connect directly with the emotional intelligence we promote so much at Audiomentores. The art of being right teaches us a vital lesson for life. The one who gets angry loses. Maintaining a cold calm while the other person loses their head is not just a brilliant debate tactic. It is a complete philosophy of life. It is the ability to remain like a solid and immovable rock in the middle of the storm of others' attacks. We see this as the ultimate training of the will, being able to observe another's anger without allowing that anger to touch you or contaminate you. As we go deeper into these strategies, we realize that Schopenhauer is conducting a true X-ray of human dishonesty. He shows us tricks as common as throwing out disordered questions to confuse the adversary, or the cynical use of technical and complicated words to seem much wiser than one truly is. By exposing these tricks to the light, the author is handing us the antidote. A person who knows the traps is an extremely difficult person to manipulate. In this era of massive disinformation and toxic debates on social networks, this book becomes more necessary than ever as a manual for intellectual self-defense. To close this deep analysis, we must reflect on the final purpose of all this knowledge. Do we simply want to be right at all costs, or do we want to become genuinely wiser people? Although Schopenhauer gives us the tools for the former, his general philosophy always points toward the latter. By knowing firsthand how manipulation works, you paradoxically become more humble with your own thought processes. You begin to notice clearly when you yourself are trying to use a fallacy or a cheap trick just to avoid having to admit to others that you were wrong. And that Audiomentores family is precisely the summit of self-improvement, reaching radical honesty with oneself. Being able to tell yourself internally, I am using a stratagem just to save my pride, is the first real step to stop being an automaton driven by instincts and start being truly a free man. Your exercise for this week is to become an observer. Do not argue. Just observe the discussions of others on television, at work, or online. Try to identify when someone is attacking the person and not the idea, or when someone tries to absurdly generalize the other's argument to ridicule it. When you finally manage to see the puppet strings, you stop being part of the show. Become that astute observer Schopenhauer invites us to be. Cultivate a mind that functions at the same time as an unassailable shield and as a magnifying glass that sees everything. Thank you for being with us once more at Audiomentores. If you like us getting down into the mud of practical philosophy to extract useful lessons, subscribe and turn on notifications. Always remember that the true competitive advantage in today's world is possessing a mind that, quite simply, does not allow itself to be deceived. We'll hear each other in the next episode.